Yeah, I could. I could put some fins on it. We'll see where this build takes me. I know it sounds really hippie-esque to say this, and I apologize for that fact, but, you know, after a while of building, you don't really know what you're building, and that's kind of a good sign, because the ship will take you where it wants you to go. I know that, again, I know that sounds incredibly hippie-esque, but it's kind of true. You know, you'll start with something and the shape will kind of start telling you, hey, you might want to try this. So we're going to do some intakes. I like Barrett Crystal for it. I just think it looks good. So that's what we're going to use. Come back here. Okay. So there's our Barrett Crystal. And we can add some Rammet on the back if we want. I like Rammet for the Rammet or Matisse, but since we used Matisse up here, and I'm actually thinking I might switch this to Rammet because the blue and purple work better than the blue and red, but we'll see. Okay, so from here, we need to start looking at just fleshing out the shape in general. And you're trying to keep as many curves as you can in the ship. So we're going to add that. And I think we're about ready to start working a little bit more heavily here on the back. And I did not mean to do that. Had symmetry on. Now I feel like a dumbass. Alright. So we're going to add a little engine here. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to inset it. The trick is to get a... thanks, Gmit, but it's sort of true. But yeah, basically, you just kind of keep going with it. I'm trying to get an interesting shape out of the back end. And what you really want is vertical asymmetry. So you don't want the top of your ship to look like the bottom, and you don't want the front to look like the back. Side to side is fine. Again, it's something to do with the human eye. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make this kind of a beefy engine. Something like that. Yeah, I think that'll do. So we're gonna get rid of a few extra blocks. And then we're gonna go ahead and start adding in... Yeah, we're gonna switch the front to Rammet Crystal, because I like the look better. But right here in the back, we're gonna use Matisse. And we're gonna do the same trick where we just kinda, like so, do that. That's fine. Oops. There we go. That's better. And slap this in. There we go. So, these two, obviously, now the only reason I have so much of it right here, because obviously it extends past the part where the actual engine is, and I'm gonna end up deleting these. I just did that so that it was easy to lay the crystal in. So there we go, we've got ourselves our crystalline. And this is a pretty stock, pretty standard way of doing things. A lot of people kind of follow this suit, if you will, or this way of doing things. But that's because it works. It looks nice most of the time. And there we go. So we've got ourselves our first engine right there. Now, if you notice, I can actually kind of get rid of that. And the reason is because that makes it a little bit cleaner, I guess, for lack of a better term. We're gonna actually extend this a little bit and go up like that. Alright, cool. So that kind of gets us going. I'm gonna go ahead and do a block replace with the Rammet Crystal. And we'll go like this, remove mode, and that's better. There we go. And Ignis, I am currently on my own server. I'm kind of playing alone right now. I do play multiplayer though, just not at the moment. Alright. There we go. So we've got ourselves the basics of the ship, and that's the wireframe done for the most part. Now we're gonna start looking at different ways to shell this out and detail it. So I've already started up here, obviously, so we're gonna actually kind of just continue some of these lines. We'll go with, I think 9 should be fine. There we go. We're gonna kind of continue this along, because I kind of like it, so we'll do that. And that kind of ends up looking like an armor plate. We're gonna do some weird detailing right here, but we're gonna also get rid of this crap. We don't need it anymore. That was just to get us out front a little ways. And we're gonna get rid of the back one too. So right now we're just trying to get the shell on and get the extra blocks gone, because we no longer need a lot of these blocks. So right here, I'm actually gonna play around with this because I don't like it to be gray. Most of this ship is gray. We're gonna start adding in some color variation. Also, we can actually just kind of go up to 3 there. We'll use pentas and tetras to clean that up. Let's get lighting back on because we're going to need it. There we go. That's better. Okay, so right here, we're going to grab some black and have that connect up. There we go. I should have actually turned on symmetry for this, because I could have. But I didn't, so oh well. Now, one of the things I want to do right here is, because of the way that this connects, I'm actually going to go ahead and add in a little bit of black here. Add a recess, and I'm getting rid of that block right there because I don't need it. It doesn't show on the outside, so you don't need it on the inside. And that's really part of the trick, is getting all the extraneous blocks out. Now, this is going to connect up, so we're going to do the black here. And we're going to try to keep it so that there's no extraneous blocks again. Now, obviously there's crystal right here, so we're going to have to cover that up. We'll do it like that. So we don't need that, but we do need this. No, we will need this, because of the way I think that's going to have to work. So we're just going to kind of add a whole bunch of stuff here. There we go. So this will all get wedged so that it looks good, but obviously not been done yet. Now this side, let's add that in. This side, we're actually gonna, I think we're gonna have to extend this back, and we're gonna get rid of these, and we're gonna kind of do the same thing that we did with the black earlier, and add in a bit here. Now, what's gonna end up happening with this black is we're gonna get rid of a whole lot of it. I just sort of do this to make sure I cover all my bases no matter what. so there we go. We've got ourselves a little wing. Well, you know what? That's too blocky, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go in one on the top and bottom. You know what? Let me set freaking symmetry. I can actually get away with setting a lot of symmetry, I think. Because that goes to there. Alright. Perfect. And we'll get rid of that one. And we'll add that. And there we go. See, now that's a little bit more sloped. And we'll add pentas and tetras to make it a little bit better. Oh, okay. I don't know technical terms necessarily. I just kind of do stuff. Sorry. Alright, so let's go up here. Crap. Nothing against you, man. It's like, it's good to know. I mean, that's an interesting thing I did not know a few seconds ago, but I don't do technical terms. Delmont is actually an art major, or was in college, so, you know, I learned a lot of my stuff from him. He's a phenomenal builder. Way better than I will ever be, but you know, I do what I can. Alright, so we're gonna get rid of this one. We don't need these anymore. So we're getting there now. We don't need that. I don't know why that's there. Let's add a little bit more in the way of wedges. So we don't. Oop. I like that inside. There we go. We're gonna add these so that we can kind of slap these down. There we go. And we're getting there. Okay, now we need that. We're gonna start adding some wedges, and I typically this is what I would call a first detail pass, right? This is where we're getting the basic ship shape in. I don't know why that was so hard for me to say, but it was. And kind of figuring out where the rest of the stuff is going to be. We're going to add, I kind of want to do the pentas and tetras now. So we're going to go ahead and slap this back on, slap this back on. So those are symmetry lines. We're going to go ahead and add these. Wait. Can I get away with that? I don't know. I have no idea. Yeah. Okay, wait, is that, yeah. There we go. So, what this means is we can kind of get that there, okay. So we're gonna add some wedges. So those are now sort of, well, they're curvy. Curvy and pretty. And I want one more here. Because what that's gonna do, or should do, is let me... So we're gonna get the symmetry off now. And you can kind of see it's starting to look a little bit like a ship. Kinda... Yeah, whatever. That's what I wanted to do. Okay. So we're gonna add this in. We're actually gonna get rid of this and this. Alright, so I have a couple ways that I like to do bridges, or cockpits, depending on what you want to call them. And so we're gonna do one of them right here. I don't know if this is gonna be... Yeah, I'll do it recessed instead because I think it'll look better. So, we're actually gonna sink the cockpit a little bit, and that'll be fine. So I'm grabbing glass. This is black crystal armor. It's the same thing as glass, just a little bit of it. It's like tinted glass. Yes. Yes, I have built a few. I built a few of the horizontal ships. Yeah. They're fun. They're weird. Weirder to me even than verticals, but they're... I don't know. They're easier than verticals for me. So we're gonna go... this. So this is to get you a good shell, mind you. I'm not gonna go too crazy on detailing because it's kind of late. But... and this is also so I can kind of get to systems. Okay. Add some tetras or pentas here. There we go. So we're gonna go ahead and add some more wedges along here, and we're gonna end up getting rid of a lot of the extraneous blocks here in just a minute. Why did that happen? Alright, so... okay, so right here... so now we're just trying to get everything so that it's, you know, there's no extra extraneous blocks, and so that everything is sort of matched up. I'm just trying to fill in the shell. And I actually kind of... and we're adding little details here and there because we can. Sorry if the stream quality goes down. I tend to build really fast. I don't know if the stream can honestly keep up. Sometimes it has problems with the encoder and it gets really, really nasty. But okay. That color will probably end up changing. But anyway. Okay, so we're gonna go down here. Let me grab some music. Actually, I'm gonna just play Skyfi some more because it's kind of getting me pumped here. So we're gonna stick with it. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and add, let's see. A little bit of this, like so. Wait, do I want to do it that way? Nah. Okay, so we're actually gonna make this a really, really small cockpit. And the reason is because I have an idea for detailing that I'd really like to do. That may get bigger, but we'll see. So right here we're gonna go ahead and add a cap, literally. Like so. Don't ask me why I like to do this, I just like to do this. Okay. Now, let me take a look here. You'll notice I fly around a lot, and the reason is because it gives me a chance to grab perspective on the whole ship again really quickly, and it can really, really help you figure out exactly what you're trying to do, and I totally screwed that up again. Symmetry errors everywhere! So, we're gonna go with... I'm gonna get these covered now. And let's start wedging. I will turn symmetry on for this because it's a pain in the ass. There we go. Yeah, alright, why not? And that gets a little bit of that wedging done. So what this means is I can actually remove a whole bunch of extra blocks underneath these wedges in a few. There's no door on this yet. I have no idea where the door is going to go. But the cockpit, I tend to like to put cockpits in roughly the same spot, which is, you know, towards the top of the ship. So I guess I kind of had an idea where that was going to go, but that's about it. Wait, no, I did that with Matisse. Oops. These two are interchangeable for me in a lot of cases, so... yeah, I'm kind of just building an old design, but with a little bit of a twist. So... yeah. But yeah, I kind of had an idea. In a way. But, I mean, whenever I go into a ship, I kind of have some sort of semblance of an idea. Not real. I mean, it's not like I knew exactly what I was going to do. Let's just say that. But I've built enough ships now that I kind of have some sort of idea. Yes. Yes, I have done asymmetrical ships. Actually, I love doing asymmetrical ships. They take forever, though, which is the only downside. Okay. So we're going to go do that 45 out of 45 trick again. But we're going to remember to do it on symmetry. Hopefully. Get rid of those two. Alright, so we got the 45 there. We'll do a few here because we've already got the corner. Corners have so many orientations. So there we go. We got some of the basics. What's that? Okay, now let's do the other 45s.